I just want to start with I'm Jessica Miklas. I'm a certified body talk practitioner and I'm a love and sex coach. And I've built my love and sex coaching business online. All of my clients for that business have come online through my channels. And so I'm going to be talking about, doing the online marketing versus in person. In body talk, it's very common in person networking and referral, word of mouth, and that's important. But if you want to do the social media thing, I'm going to give you advice on that and the basics of what you should just have, anyways, because nowadays social media is a search engine. So if you have a business, people are going to go on Facebook, they're going to go on Instagram, they're going to look for your business, they're going to make sure you're a real person. And just a website alone doesn't suffice. It really doesn't. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I wanted to just start actually with questions. Is there anything like in particular someone has on their mind about any of the different social media channels or marketing online in general? Is there anyone who's interested in marketing online?
Jessica, I'll call people for you. So let's start with
Okay.
Diana.
Oh, I can't see people. Yes.
Ah, um, I'm just wondering about Facebook
Okay.
and if it is staying pertinent compared to some of the other things that are coming up.
Yeah, Facebook, even though it's old, is still like I don't think it's going anywhere.
Okay.
It's not the sexiest app. It is not super friendly to like starting business owners who don't have money to dump into ads, which I pretty much never recommend unless you're running like a multiple six figure and up business. Um, but just like the website, having something set up so people can look you up, get to know you, get to feel you out, that's really helpful. So, okay. Were there others? I'll talk more about that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So my only social media is Facebook.
Okay.
I don't have Instagram, Twitter, and all the things. And I guess it's a comfort zone for me, but I also uh, maybe I need to work through some resistance in actually getting on social media because I honestly I try to avoid it
Yeah. Yeah. I understand
in
that.
my own personal life.
Okay. This is good. Was there anything else? Because I'm gonna address all these things.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hop in with to me, it's so time consuming to
Yes.
do a good job on multiple platforms that want multiple things and videos and graphics and blah, 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 that I get discouraged and then I let it fall off and then I lose people because I'm not posting. So
Hmm.
time management.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I was gonna bring up here in my presentation is, what is your lifestyle? Because social media, it's like you don't want to have to change your lifestyle and everything that you're doing to fit around these different apps. And so, depending on what your lifestyle is, your personality, and your business goals, I'm going to recommend different social media strategies. And it's endless, but I have a few in mind I'm going to tell you guys. Mhm. Okay. So, I think a lot of body talkers are writers. A lot of you guys are writers, right? I'm pretty positive you are. And so for writers, you can do blogs. So if you have a website, which is great to have, you can build a blog. It's usually pretty easy, integrated into these different websites. Start a blog. When you make a blog, you can then put it on Pinterest. So we're making a channel. right? So we post an article. And the thing about blogs, I like to call them actually articles. So I'm like relaunching my blog and doing the Pinterest strategy right now because that's the move for me right now. And that's the move you make when you have a ton of expertise, when you have like a lot of authority that you want to showcase. Blogging can be very professional, you know, calling it articles. These are articles. You could put it into a journal or a magazine on another website. So thinking that way, yeah, people do lifestyle blogging, but I think the most effective use of your time and energy is to make really like meaty articles. You then have a graphic and you can pop on Canva. I use Canva for all my business graphics. It's an awesome, awesome app. I could not live without it. You make a graphic that's 2 by 3. So Pinterest likes a little bit longer, 3, and then 2 at the top. And you can put something like how to balance your brain if you're feeling anxious, something like that, right? Have a graphic, la di da. You can look up more like Pinterest best practices. They're actually very nice to businesses. They create a lot of helpful tools. You make the graphic and then you put in the link to your blog article. They're now going onto your website. So that, I think that is fabulous strategy. If you are a writer, if you would rather sit down and write something longer that's going to be, you know, on your website, so it's going to be there forever unless you take it down. Content that goes on Pinterest lives there longer. Content that goes on like Instagram, it's like people barely see it kind of thing. It's a different strategy. Pinterest will circulate it like 2 to 3 months. And you also take that link with the graphic and you put it on your Facebook. Done. So, why this is awesome, it saves your time, right? You're posting to multiple channels. Pinterest is really great. Like a lot of like women who are into body talk, right? Lots of women love body talk. Lots of women are on Pinterest, right? So, you want to think like, where are your people hanging out? You know, and really the goal of online marketing is like, yeah, you're nurturing your people already who follow you and love you, but really you want to be getting new people in, you know, and how you get new people in is they need to get a feel for you first because these are strangers on the internet. And you're not meeting them in person. When you meet someone in person, you can skip all these steps. When it's online, there has to be this process of connection. And so how that starts is by they find you on Pinterest, they click your blog, they have now taken a step towards you. They have gone one more circle in. On your blog, you can have, you know, a link and a call to action to an offer you have in the bottom somewhere, you know, in there. That takes them further. Or maybe you have like a freebie or something that gets them on an email list. Next step further. So you're kind of like taking them in and depends how many steps you feel like you need. And that's one way to do it. This is also great starting with the long form content of a blog is you can then take pieces of your blog and you can make it into Instagram posts. You can put it on Twitter. You can make it into short form video. It basically you're creating a database for yourself of your content. Because at some point, which I've gotten to recently, is you run out of things to say and you need to repurpose your old content. And so I think a really smart way is to build it out with the long content and then just kind of pull from that, especially when you're feeling lazy. You're like, oh, I'll just slap a quote, you know, on a little graphic, put it on my Instagram from my blog post, you know, like past me did the work. I don't need to come up with some fresh, you know, creative juices in this moment. I can just use my old stuff. So I recommend that. And yeah, you can just easily put it on Facebook, you know. And so that's a website, blog, Pinterest, Facebook. That's a whole, you just got all of those done, which would be fine. That's a whole strategy. You wouldn't need to go anywhere else. You could just post your blog on Facebook. I think posting on Pinterest, you'll get more out of it. You could just post it on Pinterest, and that would be enough. Okay. So that's kind of the long form, long game authority building strategy. I think that's really good for body talkers. Facebook and Instagram. Let's talk about those. So having a presence on these is important, but understand not wanting to use them. They're addicting. They suck up all your time. There's so many different, like there's reels, stories, grids, videos, like long form video. It's so much. So really what it boils down to is you want to pick one thing that you like enough that you can sit down every once in a while and do. Um, Instagram, Facebook is really good if you're more of a lifestyle type person. You like to share what you're doing. You come up with content on the fly. You know, that's kind of Twitter as well, but you can plan. But it's like, you're just like, oh yeah, okay, great idea. You know, and you just post it there. More well thought out things, you want to put those somewhere where they can get the attention they deserve. So that's like blog, Pinterest, Facebook is pretty good for long content. So the strategy you can use if you don't like Facebook or Instagram is you can create a Facebook/Instagram website. So Facebook, I'm just going to kind of put that over there. Just even having your name and like some posts, some photos, like some info, it looks real, you know, you don't look like a scammer. Like that's enough, right? And you can just cross post things onto like your professional Facebook page or whatever. Instagram, what you can do is you can create a 15 grid layout that is like a landing page. It is like a website. And so it has like, you know, and there's different apps. I was looking at apps today. There's like a grid app. You can get a free trial for 3 days. All it really does is like kind of helps you organize your photos, cut them up, you know. But basically people look at your Instagram, there it is, boom. And that's a static page. It has everything it basically has your website on your Instagram. You can make it aesthetically pleasing as you want. Make sure it's very readable, bold, clear, has your branding colors, whatever that is, you know, but just make it consistent. And boom, that's it. So people will look you up. You know, if for body talk practitioners, it's like, you know, you have your little name. So it's like Jessica Miklas. I put the Love Witch. It's like my moniker, but you could put certified body talk practitioner in Ellensburg or like Ellensburg body talk practitioner. If you do in person, and even if you don't do in person, having a geotag is really, really helpful. Super helpful. I found when I was tagging Seattle when I lived there for my online business, I got more traffic. And that's fine. Seattle's a huge area. I'm like, if I'm connecting with Seattle, that's great. Maybe there's people I can meet in person. I like that. I think it's really good because when you're online, you can be like, whoa, where am I? Like kind of ungrounded. And so connecting to the location you're in, putting it in, geotagging your photos, your posts with where you're at, those are all really helpful ways for people to find you, right? Because search engine, that's what we're thinking about. So, you know, you have that. And then if you wanted to build your online audience, you could then do Reels. And so you just do Reels, you have your Instagram page, boom, cross post to Facebook, done. You can take those Reels, put them on TikTok. Have your TikTok followers go to your Instagram or to your website. So question.
What?
Diana?
I'm not visualizing what a reel is.
It's just a short form video. So like
Oh, it's a video. Okay.
Yeah, it's vertical video, short form. So it's like 90 seconds about. TikTok is really known for that. Reels came after TikTok went off. my business boomed off of TikTok. And TikTok is like, if you want to go viral, you want rapid growth, that's where you could potentially do that.
Okay.
So Reels and TikToks, I'm kind of all over the place, but you guys can ask me questions then. So Reels and TikToks get people in. That's how you bring people in. If you want to find people online and like have them come to your page, it's short form video. The apps just show it to more people. I think TikTok is superior to Reels. TikTok, my videos I haven't really posted on there lately. They still get likes. I still get followers. It still recirculates the videos without me doing anything. And that is really impressive because you don't always get that. So why short form video works really well, or how to make it work really well: casual angle, you looking at the camera, talking to the camera like you're FaceTiming your friend. People love that. If they feel like they're in on something with you, they're intimate with you. Now, this can make you feel very vulnerable when 2.8 million people see a video of your face and you're just talking about something like you would to your friend. But that's how you do it, and that's how you find your people, is by being yourself. If you try to be too professional, you're going to hate your business. If you try to be too professional and you're not that way, you're going to be attracting the wrong people. So that's kind of more like branding and stuff like that. But I find with short form, just be more casual. Don't take it too seriously. Don't try to say your whole idea of everything, your credo, manifesto. Like, just keep it brief. Say less, basically. TikTok, Instagram, say less. Don't put in a bunch of caveats. Don't over explain yourself. As body talkers, it's really hard, or body talk practitioners, it's really hard because we're like, well, our brains are so powerful. We're all geniuses, right? So it's like, we just get like, say less. Let people make assumptions. Let people misunderstand, because the people who understand you, those will be your clients. The people who misunderstand you, block them. Block them. Like, that's that. This is your business storefront. Like, you don't need to entertain anybody. We're not an orphanage for poor broken souls. When I first started, it was like every person ever who couldn't orgasm or whatever was coming to in my DMs, telling me their life stories, and I felt like I had to help them all. And now I'm like, no. No. So there's that kind of those boundaries and things, and it depends where your goals are. If you want to be a person online, then you'll have to work through some of these things. If you want to feel safe in your business, you'll have to work through some of these things. Because it's business, baby. And yeah, you got to have those boundaries. So we kind of talked about like long form, so another form of long form is YouTube, and that's a job. People are YouTubers. I tell my daughter, I'm like, you could be a YouTuber when you grow up. But to say it's a whole job it's really a whole job. So if you're going to do any of the social medias, you want to pick something that fits your lifestyle and that you can commit to. Post consistently. Consistency, and I'm not always the best at this, but consistency builds trust. And if you're thinking long game, you want to build it over time, being consistent over time. Eventually, it just like pops off. It happens every time. You think nobody's listening, nobody's reading, and then it just suddenly. So it takes consistency. And yeah, do something you enjoy. I really enjoy writing my posts. I think they're really fun. I have a good time doing it. I really had to decide, like, if I'm going to do a business, and I'm doing it my way, I want to have a good time doing it. And so I'm not going to, and I used to do this, I used to just make myself do videos. And, that breaks self trust, that creates distrust in your business and your body, and it will bite you in the ass later. So, if you're feeling a lot of resistance, sit back, do the self coaching, do the cortices, do the, like, get your nervous system out of that freak out phase, because then it's just going to feel worse. But make it fun. Like, you guys have interesting things to say. You guys have cool ideas. Like, and the only way to get your ideas rolling is to start posting. Whenever I feel like I just can't post, I just post something, or I just go on video, and then they start coming. So sometimes you do kind of have to, like, okay, I'm just gonna, and it's fine, no, nobody really cares as much as you do. And it helps your creative flow open. It helps things open up so that the next thing can come in and you don't feel so stuck. So yeah, my first business coach ever was like, aim for a B plus. Don't ever go for an A, especially in the beginning, because it's like you will think yourself out of every decision. There's sneaky little things we do to not show up. So, if you commit to be online and then you're not showing up, it's like, oh, well, it's dark out. There's not good lighting. These are things I've told myself. It's not good lighting. I can't film. Oh, I don't have my mic. I don't have my makeup on, or whatever, all these little excuses. And so I had to start coming up with ways to get around that. So I bought a ring light, so I have good lighting at night. I keep a mic with me, like a little mic with me at all times. If I feel like I want to do filming that day, I will get ready first thing in the day. And as soon as it hits, I will start filming. And I'm ready. There's no excuses. So it's different for each person. And with writing, it's really similar. So, like, I remember reading Stephen King's like little book on writing, and lots of authors, they all say, like, you just have to sit down and write. And it doesn't always feel fun to do. It doesn't always feel like this is what I want to do right now. But writing, especially as body talk practitioners, it's like you're building a database that benefits everybody. It benefits all body talk practitioners to have several practitioners sharing their ideas, explaining the system in their own unique ways. It builds it out so that there is more information. It builds credibility for everybody, you know? So having those resources is great for the whole matrix. Or you could do a YouTube video. I did a YouTube video where I did cortices. I was like, this is how you do cortices. It got like, I don't know how many, I think it got like 200 views or something. Thought that was impressive for YouTube. So, and that's enough, right? Or just do a mini, I don't know, does this count for public presentations? For like, you have to do right? For access instructors, they have to do a public, can you do a YouTube video? That's a public presentation. So you guys could, if you do want to be an instructor, you can maybe practice, you can do it on video, you can do it in person. And you get better every time. So yeah, that helps people. But yeah, if you want, the short form content, that's the dopamine hit that gets people to follow you. The things that build out your expertise and authority are the blogs, YouTube, and then, yeah. So, okay, let's see if there's anything else. Oh, this is, okay. I have a lot. So I wanted to bring this in because it's like, where do you post? What do you post? So, content pillars. This is one way, one strategy. Come up with 4 buckets of like general. So for me, it's love, sex, witchcraft, astrology. That's pretty much my 4 buckets. Those are the things that I will talk about. Under those 4, I will have 5 subcategories. So for like love, it's like marriage, dating, conflict resolution, communication, whatever, intimacy. things like that. And you can use like Chat GPT and AI. You can just, punch in like, give me 5 most searched topics on sex and relationships or whatever, and they'll give you. I think Google has a beta testing their AI. It's called Bard. I was playing with it. And it's like I was asking what are the most searched questions? Like that's genius. And then you make content that answers that. So then it's like you could take those 5 subcategories, then do 10 specific topics or questions on each of those. And then that's like, I think that's like 200 pieces of content. And so that's a way to map it out. So I'm thinking for like a body talk practitioner, and then it kind of depends like what is your thing, you're not just a body talk practitioner. Almost every body talk practitioner I know has like a thing and something they might be known for, even Tracy, like she's an osteopath, like that's what she's known for, and she brings that like professionalism and that, but that's her brand. And so, but what's yours, So, if you're doing like a general, okay. So I would do like 4 life categories. You're not going to talk about 4 categories of body talk. You're going to talk about 4 life categories where your clients might be having problems. They might have questions. And then you're going to apply your body talk brain to coming up with solutions for those things in those 4 categories. And you can bring in, case studies from your clients, pop in a testimonial in there, show people what can happen for them when they use this system to apply it to that problem. And then also, it's not just body talk, you have your own essence that comes into your own lived and earned wisdom. That's part of you as a business owner and a content creator. So making sure that comes in too. But it's very easy to showcase the system when you're just like, here's a problem. Okay, and this is what, this is how this system can help you with it, and personally that has helped me with it. So those kinds of things help a lot. So yeah, that's the buckets, the content pillars. Always have a place for people to go, always have a call to action. So you never want them to just read the Facebook post, like, and then go about their day. You want to send them somewhere else, right? I talked about those steps in the beginning, and it's like get them on an email list, get them to your website, get them to your Instagram account, wherever is like you feel like you kind of nurture people more, get them there. And then have you want them to keep going. Like you don't really want there to just be an end. Getting people on an email list, having a newsletter is really great, especially if you're doing a blog. You just, I have a blog post, send it to their email, then they can click the blog post right from their email. I mean, it's just like, that strategy saves time. You may have to put more time into it to like, sit down, organize your brain, your thoughts, and write it. But in the long run, that first strategy I talked about really pays off. Because then you have it and it's done. You did it. If you're doing, right now I'm just have been doing like Instagram fly by my pants, which is fine, but it's not super effective. It's more just keeping my audience warm, keeping them like, it's like, I'm still a person that is alive and here and present. And there are Instagram creators that post every day, new content every day. They're on their story every day. Super effective. But if you're not someone who likes to be like, hi, I'm walking my dog right now and I had this thought and la da da, or here's me doing stuff. Some people like to do that. Some people don't. And you may go through phases in your life. I used to really like that. Now I'm like, I'm a mom and I'm like, so I'm refreshing my strategy to reflect where I'm at and my goals. So you can always change things, right? But you should try to stick with something for 3-6 months. Like you got to commit to it. Business is the long game. It's the long game, because if you do it, then you're doing it forever. So what can you commit to in the long term? What benefits you in the long term? And the thing that benefits you the most may not get you the fastest growth, but it's going to be like blogging or YouTube or something like that, where you're building out a content library. Okay. Let's see. Yep, that's it. I touched all the things I wanted to talk about, and then I can flesh out any specifics.
So if anyone has any questions and you want to use your Zoom hand, that's probably easiest to see.
I don't know. What's the view where I can see everybody?
Let's see. Let me put it on gallery, and there we go. Can you see now, Jessica?
Oh, okay, I got it.
I had your
There
pen.
we
I had your
go.
pen. So we've got,
Okay.
looks like Vanessa. Can you see now, Vanessa and
Yeah, I
Vicky?
got it.
Okay. All right. Take it away.
I'll just start with Vanessa.
Thank you, Jess. That was actually awesome information. So I want to ask you this. So I've had now my stepdaughter and one of my clients that came here, who she is also like you on TikTok. She went viral. She had like 1.8 million views on the one post. She's a life coach. And she said it to me, and so is my stepdaughter. They've said to me, you need to do a TikTok video because you will go viral. And I'm going, holy fuck. Excuse my language, everyone. But that's literally what I'm doing, is I'm going, because I can speak it, I can say it. But now I'm going, okay, I've got people now pushing me to record this thing. Is it necessary to have, because she's got it all, my stepdaughter, she's the one who's going to be taking photos because she's busy studying visual media and whatever. So she's got the ring light and she's got all of this stuff, and she's got, is it worth to get into that zone and then do like a couple of videos, because then you're in that space, like along the same theme? Would you do it like that, or would you do one and then when you feel the need, like do another one? Or would you just build that content and then would you what gap would you leave to post it?
Oh yeah, okay. So I batch content, especially TikToks, because as soon as I start talking, I just keep going and going and going. So it depends on kind of your personality. So if you're someone who likes to plan out what you want to say, because on TikTok you can do series, so you'll have these playlists. And so let's say, people can come to your profile, click on a playlist, then they binge your whole playlist that's a series on one topic or whatever. That makes your TikTok actually better for like long term. That's why people can visit it now, even though I'm not posting new stuff, they can binge my content still. It's organized. So It depends if you like to organize it, or if you just need to start talking, just start getting it out. I batch content and then I drip it over time.
Okay.
With TikTok, you can do 1 to 3 a day, kind of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't want to post them too close together, because then they won't get enough attention. That's true in all apps. I mean, do whatever you want, but if you wanted to get the visibility it deserves, you give it some space.
Okay.
TikTok, it's like, we want good sound, bright lighting. The algorithm picks those better.
Okay.
TikTok viewers like it when it's in clips, so it's not one long video, but it's edited into clips.
So what would be your suggested length of a clip for the algorithm to actually, what would be like the longest clip you do?
So TikTok now allows 10-minute long videos.
That people stop watching though, don't they?
No, there's actually trend spotters are saying we're moving more toward long form, because short form is addicting. I mean, kids literally go to TikTok rehab.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, so it's like, no, I think people are like going to start following less creators, and they're going to start like focusing more on like, because people love podcasts. They want to just like be able to listen to you, and so with TikTok, I would do like you know, and you would be great on TikTok. They're telling you something so correct. And, you know, you're our chairwoman, like, it'll help us if you're a celebrity.
Yeah, yeah, they've been pushing my buttons for a while. And when my client came and said that to me, I was like, okay. And I was looking forward to today because I needed to ask you for your opinion on it because, yeah, I'm being pushed in that direction. I've resisted TikTok, but the reason I've resisted it is because of my kids. Because I see the crap that they watch on there and I'm going, do I? But now I've realized that it doesn't have to be that it's a much bigger platform than that. So I'm in there, I need to do it. So thank you.
Yeah, I will say that, like, you know, my best TikToks are ones where I'm like, you know, do you struggle with this? You know, my one that got 2.8 million views, I said, I see with a lot of women who struggle to orgasm, they're getting to climax and then it just like they can't. And I said, my suggestion for you is to make noise. And that's pretty much all I said. I'm like ad-libbing it a little bit. That was essentially the video, got 2.8 million views. So if you keep it simple, other things are like, you know, as a professional, you know, sex coach, these are 5 things I would never do, you know, and so then you list those things. What that does is you're telling people right away because you need to hook them. And so, there's different strategies, but if you like, they know what they're going to get out of the video right away, you know, or like you have like a striking, like, you know, the makeup. When I have makeup on, my videos do better because these are like primal brain here.
Yeah.
People are in that like the alpha, like we're talking to limbic brain. So it's like pretty colors, bright lights, and a hook. Some creators they'll take their video and they'll kind of like move it and then they'll like show their face. And when they move it like that, you stick and watch because you're like, what's happening? The video's like moving all crazy. So that's one way people hook people. You know, or you have like a recognizable like brand tag, like, hi, you know, I'm this and this creator, like blah, blah, blah. I talk about this. And then you go into the topic that you're going to talk about. So
thank you.
Yeah. Mindscape it. No.
We'll be doing that. Definitely.
But I think having your why behind it is important, like why you want to do it. Like for me, I think just building out the matrix and, you know, spreading the love, and it's fun. You get attention. We all love attention.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to tell everybody when I've done my first TikTok and you can actually go and have a look. There we go.
Yeah, I'll go follow. Yeah. Vicky.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What would you say the range of age demographics are for Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest?
So, you know, if you have a business account on any of those, you can see your age demographics, which I don't know if anyone has that. I looked at my demographics recently. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So I would say Facebook is a little bit more like middle-aged. Like I'm pretty much kind of, my generation's like the cutoff for Facebook. The younger generations, I don't think they have Facebooks. So, but if you don't want to have, you know, Zoomer clients, you know, most of them, you know, don't have jobs. I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not. Like, you know, a lot of them are like they're not ideal clients. Maybe in the future, you know, like, you know, but, you know, most of like the kind of like a little bit older, our age, Facebook is solid. Instagram, it's a little bit younger. I think actually probably Instagram has the widest age range. Instagram has really taken over as like the social media. TikTok is a younger one, but I got pretty much all my clients from that are, you know, of age. They're not children. So there's adults on TikTok. Pinterest. Telling you guys, Pinterest. Like our target audience is on there 100% on Pinterest. Instagram, yeah, it's just more everybody. Facebook is good too. But I feel like Facebook, it's like your community. but it's like getting new people in is a little bit harder. You almost kind of have to get them from another place to come in. I used to have a Facebook group, and I got like 700 people in that Facebook group, but they all came from TikTok. So it was like the link I had in my bio on TikTok was join my Facebook group, and that's where they went. And so I built that group, and that was great for my business, but I don't really use it anymore. Yeah, does that answer your question? Is that helpful?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the target audience is important. There was another, was it Denise? No. Laura? Laura. Yes.
I was just wondering, so what's the least amount you can post? Like you're saying we need to post, but is there like a least amount that keeps you going with everybody on these platforms?
So, if you don't really want to have like have an online presence, right? Just having like, the Instagram website, Facebook page, that's enough. And then you could do a monthly newsletter to an email list or like a monthly blog. I think once a month is fine, especially if it's like a meaty post. Like that could fill someone for a long time. So I would say once a month is good. Yeah, I would say that's good. But you don't have to.
Well, what about like Instagram? Do you think the daily, or do people do? I mean, I feel like I see things on there daily, but then sometimes I don't. But
the creators that you're seeing the most, they post daily. They post daily or multiple times. Yeah, you have to be like, firing it out. You have to get to a point where you care a lot less about what you're posting. That's what these like the content queen, I don't know if anyone follows her. Her whole thing is Instagram, and she posts every day, and she just fires out whatever thought comes on her mind, kind of like Twitter. And that's how she's grown her business. But she's not overthinking it. She's not writing out an article. She's just saying like, oh, I smoked some weed she literally one time she wrote, last night I smoked some weed and I remembered a past life where I was a slave. And that was the post. And there was no more real explanation from it. It was just kind of like, that was it. And people love it, because these are thoughts people have and don't speak. And that's kind of the whole draw, is that she's speaking things that people are afraid to say. You don't have to do that. But that is one strategy you can do that works. It works really well. But it depends on your growth goals. If you just want to like nurture your audience, build authority, just having that like monthly newsletter or like monthly blog post. I know some creators that they like do like a really nice newsletter like once a month. I think it's great, and I read it all the time and I like it. The only thing about that is if you're selling services online, it doesn't have the kind of urgency that you might want. If you want to really generate sales online, you have to kind of like be like a little more in your face. And so if you want someone to buy something, you have to get a little more in their face online, because there's all this, inbox is full of all this crap. You gotta send multiple emails in a row kind of thing, or like every couple days if it's something you're specifically trying to like sell. Does that help?
yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good. I could talk about this all day.
I know that really, I just took 3 pages of notes. So thank you. And I actually just came up with a brilliant whole new strategy for my business. Like you just triggered.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just gonna have to sit back, and I'll invite all you to my latest campaign. I use Instagram. That's what I use.
Yeah.
I was just going to pop in. I'm sure that we all have some level of experience with playing with social media, because it is part of our life. And you had mentioned the batching videos for TikTok. And I've done the same thing with batching, making graphics and stuff like that. Like you just get into it and make 10, 12 things. and save it in canva.com. Like I almost hate for people to know that it exists because I want everyone to think that I'm awesome. But
I'm like an amazing graphic designer. I'm like, I just
Right.
stuck two elements together, but it looks fabulous.
it's
Yeah,
like all
Canva.
these templates. I'll change a color, I'll change a font, I'll rearrange things, you know, I make it mine.
Is- Are either of the two of you prepared to give me some lessons on Canva?
You don't need them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Oh.
it's, oh God,
It
it's so
drives me crazy.
easy.
I've got the premium thing. I've got it all. I've paid for it. I've got it.
I can
But
give you lessons.
when I open it,
Okay.
I actually want to. Be a sec.
Talk to Jess. She'll
I'm
hook you
going
up.
to.
Yeah,
Jess,
it's one of those things.
you
Yeah, there
me.
might be a little bit of a
I
learning
mean,
curve.
how I got good at Canva is I would just get stoned and I would just make graphics, just play with all of the features. Touch whenever you're on an app, you have to touch all the features. Instagram, all of them. Like if you haven't done this, go in, click every single button, look at every single thing. You
Mm.
want to know what all your settings are. You want to know all the features. And you know, when you use new features that roll out, the algorithm like rewards you for using them. So yeah, but it's you just like, but see that, so with Canva, it's like I learned it because I was doing it. It was just fun, right? I wasn't like, oh my God, I gotta post this, you know.
Mm.
You can get yourself into a space where you take the pressure off, you're gonna make better content. If you can make it fun, it's gonna be better. It's gonna be relaxed. That energy will come through.
You see, now my energy is much better talking. So I'd much rather talk and do videos than I
Yeah.
would to do than I would to do actual like.
Yeah. So then
I'd much rather do videos
you
than
should just do videos.
Yeah.
You can just do TikTok. You could just do that. Like you don't need to do any of the other apps as long as you kind of have like a place where people can go so that they're not just stuck on there. You can get them to the next
Yeah.
you know, step or whatever. Like you can just do TikTok. And yeah, that's how I was like, I don't want to sit down and write. I'll just speak it. I'll just say it.
That's where
Yeah.
I am, right? Is I don't
Yeah.
want to like I can sit down and I can write, but I mean I think Robin already knows that even if you send me a text message, I send you a voice note back most of the time because that for me is everything I can say in a voice note that's going to take me 30 seconds will take me 3 minutes to type it. You know, it's like I'll much rather talk. So for me, I think that might be the way that I go anyway, is to do videos. And for me, people hear your tone, they see you, they understand you as a person when you're doing videos. That maybe is just me. I mean, there's other people that prefer writing. But for me, I think that will be the platform that I take with it.
If you can get your like, if you like videos, I have a client. She's actually from Australia, but she only ever sends me videos. She doesn't write a text. She doesn't do a voice note. She always sends me videos, and like it's great. That's just the way. So if that's natural to you, just do that. Don't worry about writing stuff. Like don't do that. But if you're like I'm a little more in a hermit mode, I also love to write. I'm going to do writing instead right now because that's just I don't really feel like doing that. So, you know, like there's options, but if you could have literally made a TikTok that's you talking about how you don't like to write text message, you could just want to do a voice note, you know? Like that would go viral like that, and that just shows. But yes, video always converts better. Video always converts better. Video will get you way more people. Like, you know, I have an application form for people to work with me, and I would say why do you want to work with me? And they would say like, oh, the way you speak with such intention, you know, la 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 la. They're hearing my voice and they're hearing something beyond the words I'm saying, and that is so powerful, which is also why I like take it kind of seriously. Like I'm like, you know, it's like words are spells, and so like take it seriously, take it down. I'm at a place where I'm starting to take what I post more seriously. So
Thank you.
Can you do that? Do you think, understanding how social media works, do you think if I sent out a newsletter,
Mhm.
email wise, And instead of it being a blog, it was a vlog. Would that be as powerful?
I think that would be really, really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would
Cool.
be really powerful. That's a
Cool.
great idea. And yeah, if you're in the place where like I can pop on a video, whatevs, like, and if you can keep that attitude, why my TikTok went like viral so quickly? Because I didn't care. I was just like, oh, it's a new app. I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna talk about, I'm just like an angry feminist. And I'm just gonna and and I was just talking about what I cared about. And then it got more serious, and I got to a place where it's like I'm an authority, so I need to, and it's my Saturn return. I'm kind of like, okay, I gotta like have that more of that professional foundation, because once you get to that place, people come at you. So you got to be ready. You got to have your dots and crosses, and so. But when you're talking like on a newsletter, those are your people. A blog, like those are your people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would love to watch a video of you talking.
Yeah.
Like that sounds fun. Just don't make it too professional. Don't be like like straighten your tie. Just be how you are here now. That's the best. That's what I would want to watch.
It's true, because I made that mistake and it landed up being a bit of that. And I think I had an active memory that I had to tap out of myself, because when I first, my business coach, when I was still in South Africa, we were doing, myself and my business partner, beautiful garden in South Africa, one of those like swing chairs. And we sat on there trying to like act all professional. And we did a Facebook Live. My business coach gave us this thing. She was like, you've got to go live. You've got to do this thing. So we pressed the button, and I didn't click that we were actually like live. And something happened, and I stood up and I went, no, man, fuck what? And I went, oh my God, I'm live. And I actually swore, and all these lights came through, and I was like, okay, let's start that again. And we took ourselves off the live. But and since then, I was like, okay. But I'm over that now. So I think I can now move past that and go, okay, I can do videos again.
Yeah, I mean, for a live, I used to I'd be eating my noodles on the live, because it's a live. It's kind of meant to be a little bit throwaway. No, like yes, no. Maybe a professional video, but still, whenever I watch a professional setup video and they're talking very scripted, very it makes me just want to pull my hair out. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. So the more if you're swearing on the video, that's I would edit that in. If I was editing that, I would keep it in, because it's it's human. It's so much more. It's just more fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is great. Yeah. And this topic can come up again if there's anyone starts a strategy and they feel like they're like, oh, what do I do? You can message me. And if it's a big enough topic, I can talk about it again, or create some content on it for you guys. So yeah, because it's a huge topic and it can feel overwhelming, but make it fun, make it fit your lifestyle, and don't try too hard. Because we're all geniuses, we're all brilliant speakers, writers, thinkers.
And when I
You
sent
all
out the invitation, I hot linked Jessica's TikTok, and I'll do that again when I send out the recording, so you guys can check out her TikTok and see is that the best way to get a hold of you right now, Jessica?
TikTok?
Or
No.
on your website? What is the best way to get a hold
The
of you?
best way, I actually just updated it today because I realized that there wasn't a best way to get a hold of me. I was like, oh shit. WhatsApp.
I was so happy when I saw that, because nobody in the US uses WhatsApp. I was like, Jessica uses WhatsApp. I'm going to get Jessica on WhatsApp.
Yeah, well, I have international clients, so I have to use something internationally friendly, and I don't like checking my DMs or my emails. So I integrated WhatsApp. There's a button on my Instagram, on my Facebook page, and you can just directly message me, and that'll be from now on the best way to get a hold of me. Yeah.
And do you do coaching? Like, I know you're a love and sex and love coach, but do you do coaching for, like, you know, say somebody wants to talk to you about a social media strategy or growing their practice?
Oh, this is it's kind of crazy. So I went through this year of like, and I finally decided that I'm doubling down on love and sex coaching. Like, I was like, business, yay. And now I'm in this place where I'm like, do I expand? Do I pivot? Or do I double down? And I'm choosing to double down. So I can just help you. If
No,
it feels like,
questions, but not
yeah,
coaching.
it feels like it needs to be something more, like we can create like a little mini container or like a 90-minute call or something like that. We can hash that out, but that's not like I decided to double down. It was a scary decision.
It's a good decision.
It's a
Doubling
good
down.
decision.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Dig in, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about this stuff because it's really fun to me. I love talking about business, and I do think, because I need an outlet for it, that it will be through this Body Talk will be one place where I'll be just like, let's talk. Let's talk business and social media. I'm here for it. So yeah.
Denise just raised her hand.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you have to be your face in every single video? Can you be walking and talking to your dog, and and then how, in what ways can you, I guess I need to figure out what my niche really is going to end up being, but
Yeah.
are these little videos are just like little clips of, I had a migraine and I cured it with Body Talk, like,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really great when you pop on right when something happened, you're fresh in the energy. If you're in your car, I've literally seen people say like you should film in your car because it like people like it. So one person I've coached, she does kind of like yoga, and what I told her to do was just film herself doing yoga flows, and then she, speeds them up, edits like a little clip of her yoga flow with music over it, maybe a little text, puts that on Reels. And that just kind of is a way to like, people see her, people love yoga flows, like they're pretty, they're like, so if you want to just do scenes of like nature, maybe with a little quote or something, that actually works well on Reels. Reels is really good for like just really low effort short form videos. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can just pop on almost anything. You can do, for a while, people would just like have their face, some music, and like text right over the whole screen, and like a 15-second clip, and those do really well because their Reels are really fast. TikTok, people will sit on TikTok for hours, so you can do longer videos on TikTok. I would say that's a little more conversational, but Reels, yeah, you can do. You have a yoga flow, you journaling, just set up a camera, journal, then you can speed it up, find trending sounds to post over it, and boom, and that, you'd be surprised how many views you can get. it can, and you never really know.
so did the views come out? Is the point to get the followers, or is the point to build the business? And what is the ratio of followers to actually coming through and becoming customers?
Yeah, so the amount of followers to sales conversions, there is no correlation. Yeah, you can have like 1 million followers and no one will buy anything from you. So that's the difference between a content creator and a business page. And so like, okay, so with Reels, you're just trying to get new faces into your zone most of the time with Reels. that's how you kind of like stretch out and grab, kind of like hashtags, that stretches out and grabs people to come in. To convert into sales, you then have to take them through those steps of like, okay, now they're on your Instagram page. Do you have like maybe some pinned posts on the top that they can go look at that shoots them to your link in bio, which takes them to a freebie, which gets them on your email list. So there's this journey, and then they're on the email, you can map it out tons of different ways. As a body talk practitioner, maybe you have like a sample session that it's an instant download, that they can just like, oh, what's this about? When I first started doing coaching, high-end coaching, I always did consultations. So I just tell people to get on a free call with me, or get people in your DMs, get them talking to you. That is what leads to sales conversions. But if you just post content and you have a link to your website, you have to tell people what to do. You have to tell them, go follow me, go to my link, buy my program, book a session. You have to have that call to action always. Bye, Vanessa. Have a good evening. So, yeah, reels, they're kind of like, ooh, pretty. What's that? Click on, like, oh, okay, what's that? And so it's like, you kind of have to think like when people are, they're either just scrolling on their phone, they're on the explore page, or they're actually searching a topic. Like they are searching like body talk practitioner, healers, anxiety, and those, so you want to kind of be like picking out search optimization of like, what are people searching for? And then also just like telling them what to do when they get to your page. It's like if someone walks into a store and nobody greets them, or it's like, what, like you got to tell them what to do. And that can be really hard. I know I really struggled with that. Even now, like sales, it takes a certain assertiveness and confidence in what you have to offer. And if you believe in what you do 100%, if you're like, I'm behind this 1,000%. Yes, I'm the answer to your problems. I am the person you should hire right now. It makes sales so much easier. In the beginning, you're kind of like, please hire me. Please choose me. Do you want a session? And so that's mindset stuff. That's inner work. That's stuff you get sessions around of like, okay, no, actually, like, I'm a professional. I have a certification. Like, I have something important that is a solution to what someone else needs. So, or wants, We're not like,
Thank you,
Mother Teresa. I wrote about that today. My post was hiring a coach is a lot like getting Botox. And I was like, you can live without it, but it's really nice when you have it. And I think that is applicable to body talk practitioners because we're not meant to be the healer, right? The client, their body is healing itself, kind of thing.
Right.
And I think what I observed in myself is that I got really burnt out from feeling like I was healing people. And like, and it's a sneaky, the healer's archetype, that whole, like, it's sneaky. And, but the more you can just be like, yeah, I mean, you're not going to die if you don't get a session, but it'll be a lot better if you do get one, but your life will be better, so that kind of stuff. And I guess, yeah, that could be a topic for later, is like how to sell stuff, how to sell your sessions, how to like pay me.
You take notes for upcoming ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can put that.
So for tonight, so we don't
yeah,
run too long. This, of course, I'm going to send out the replay, and then it's going to go for paid members have access to the library. So you'll have this like in perpetuity, but we'll have an option to have a replay for just all our folks, because this is really great. This was some very, very useful and helpful information, kind of sorted a lot of stuff out. So I got a lot. I mean, seriously, I have 3 pages of notes, and then I wrote more notes inside the notes. So when I send the follow-up email, I'll also sort of recap some of the stuff that came up here today. So it was amazing.
Yes.
So I'm going to wind it up. Are there any final thoughts, comments before
Yeah,
we?
just WhatsApp me.
WhatsApp. So Jessica, how do they what is your WhatsApp handle?
So Jessica Miklas, you can search my name. I think Original Love Witch. Also, if you go on my Instagram, Original Love Witch, there's a WhatsApp button.
Okay,
I can also send you a direct link
yeah, do that.
somewhere.
And then
Yeah.
I'm sure I have it. That would be great. Yeah, Original Love Witch. That's our girl.
Yeah, and so and for these kinds of questions, you know, it's like I might take a couple days to get back to you. Just FYI, I'm not gonna be like, okay, you know, but I will respond, because it's really important to me that body talk practitioners have thriving businesses. So
That's why we're here.
I
That's
will
why we're
volunteer
here.
my time. I want to help you. Yeah. Yay. All right.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody that was able to come and stay and share your questions and wisdom. And fantastic as always. You guys are just awesome. So thank you, and we will see you next month. I believe we will be talking about orthopedic evaluation with Vanessa. So just a little heads up on that. So I'm going to look forward to that too. There's so much good stuff to talk about.
Cool.
Okay, between here and there, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys shortly.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.